Okay, so what I'm looking at is I'm looking at the location analysis in the whole of South Africa. So what we do is we switch on Google Earth and we switch on the roads. And by switching on the roads, you can see the business nodes. There's Cape Town, East London, Durban, and you can see that in each of them you have an inland road, a north coast road, a south coast road, and a harbour. Okay. Then if you come to say Bloemfontein there, you'll see it's like 5 roads coming in, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 roads coming in, and as a centre here of commerce, you've got government and farming. But the trouble with that is that if one of those sectors gets affected, it really affects your property values. So, for example, there's a drought on, or the government decides they're moving their judicial offices down to Cape Town or to Gauteng. It'll be disastrous for the area. It's not likely, but because it's so dependent on 1 or 2 industries. Or if you go to Emahaleni over here, or Witbank, as I used to know, that you see it's like 3 roads in and out, but it's got farming, and it's got coal and coal mining, and there's some power stations there. But what happens if one mine closes down? Suddenly you've got 10% too many houses in town, and it might be a boom town now, or there might be another one up here where there's a new mine opening up. It's boom town, very exciting, and then 5-10 years time. So we don't really know, that we're not mining experts. But if you come to Gauteng, you can see all roads lead to Rome.
Yeah.
Okay, so just forgive all the writing that's in here. It's sort of covering over it. Those are my. Let me go and switch them off quickly. Just so we can see where we are. And I see I left it with me more on. There we go. Just to clean it up. So I just cleaned it up. So there's Gauteng. You see all the roads coming in, and Gauteng has the financial sector, the government up here, all the industry. It's the financial heart of sub-Saharan Africa. Okay. So that means if we invest in this area, we're going to beat the averages consistently. Because if say the ABSA house price growth index is 6% per annum, that includes everything. It includes Rustenburg and Witbank and Bethel and Soweto and Potch and Clarksville, everything. So we have to beat that in the long run. There might be time boom. Let's say Emaleni's busy, got a new mine opening up. That'll be a bit of a boom town, but it's temporary. So you can play those if you know what you're doing. But from a long-term buy to let, we're looking at a 20-30 year decision. We want to see sustained growth for 20-30 years, growth in my asset value and growth in my price and my rentals, growth in my rentals. Okay, and also occupancy. You want your tenants. So then when you come and look at Gauteng, for example, zooming closer. Now, I'm just going to talk about Johannesburg because it's better than Pretoria. Okay, and I happen to be here. And I'm here for a purpose. My office is right here because I want to be exposed to all these townhouses here, and my agents need to access the office. So we're very centrally located. My office is there.
Okay.
Right now. And the areas we invest in are here. See, there's the highway, the N1 going around the side there. Most of the areas we invest in are just outside that ring. And Midrand here and Buccleuch here. I don't really invest inside here. It's too expensive.
Yes.
Your prices are high and the rentals are not high enough to capture because it's very fashionable to own. Okay, so I believe in what I call the bridesmaids areas. You know, the area that's the bridesmaid but never the bride. In other words, I want to be. So when you see an advert for a townhouse that says border of Bryanston, you know that it's trying to be Bryanston. It's not. So that's a clue. Okay. But to a tenant, he doesn't really know. And I'll give you an example. This is Four Ways.
Yes.
Okay. And this here, you can see that. You can even see the line there. Okay. That is what is considered Four Ways. This area is Northgate. In fact, that little suburb there is called Noordhang. Now, who wants to sit in the news cafe with their friends and say, "I've just bought a place in Noordhang"? He wants to say, "I've just bought a place in Four Ways." But to a tenant, there and there is the same to him. He just jumps onto Vidcorp and he's in the office. He says to his mates, "I've just moved to Four Ways. I live just off the Witkoppen Road, bang, I'm in the office in 5 minutes. Okay, so it means you're going to have lower prices but higher rentals here than over here. The ratio is what I'm after.
So you have the high rentals and not gate.
The rentals are almost the same here and here, but the prices are,
Yeah,
the purchase prices are lower.
Would it be one? Where is North Riding then?
Yeah, this is North Riding is here.
Okay.
This is North Riding, Northgate.
Okay.
So North Riding, Northgate area is what I call a bridesmaids area. So, for example, right there where the cursor is a 2-bedroom townhouse will cost you 650 there. The same one will cost you $1 million there.
Yes, no, that's what.
But the rental here is going to be 7,000 and 7,500.
Yeah. No,
Okay, so it's better for us investors here. And as the influence of Northgate grows, this will be swallowed up in Northgate and be seen as Northgate one day. So then you're going to get that prestige. Because already these areas, like down here is Douglasdale. Douglasdale used to be Douglasdale, now it's known as Fourways. As from a property point of view, it's like Douglasdale, Fourways, same thing. Okay.
It's a little bit expensive. And
And let me show you what's happening here. Now I want to show you Midrand. There's Midrand, the commercial nodes. Now, when you see the commercial nodes, they are like centers of gravity sucking in tenants. Okay? So we've got Midrand already. When you see those light roofs there, that tells you places of work. Okay? There's the Africa Mall. Let's look at, this is Woodmead. And Sandton here, there's Sandton City, and there are lots of offices here. There's industrial areas here, sort of upmarket industrial areas, lots of retail here, and lots of offices next to it. So lots of demand for tenants. We're not going to struggle to find a tenant here. And you see that there is Buccleuch, lovely area because of how well it's located. It's got some previous crime issues because he has Alex, but they've mostly sorted them out now. But the area I want to talk to you about now is Midrand. Now with Midrand, we invest to the west of the freeway. There's the N1, and this is the old town of Midrand. The Boulder Shopping Centre is here somewhere. And that was very nice in its day, but what's happened is the taxi ranks have come up right next to it, and the whole area is starting to degrade a little bit. And the Gautrain there has picked it up a little bit, so you'll see 1 or 2 investment opportunities here, but I'm avoiding them because they're too close to that. Okay, and also there's Tembisa, and so you got people. There's petty crime happening here. And you see these are plots. Quite a lot of petty crime happening here. Because you've got a whole lot of unemployed people living here, and of course they come shopping there. But from an investor point of view, we're looking 20, 30 years forward. So we want a buffer. So this is a buffer between Tembisa. The Tembisa is not going to be able to grow further into here. We've got these big main roads and the factories, airport, there's the Gautrain, and then the freeway. So we stay to the west of this freeway, and if I look around here, all around us is areas that are fancier than us. Because I'm focusing on this area here, Vorna Valley. If all around you everything's better than you, then you've got growth. Okay, and that's because this is the first area that was in development in Midrand started here, and when it did, these properties were out of town. They were built for first-time home buyers. But now what's happened is the town has come to them, because with Africa Mall, this whole area was a farm owned in an Islamic trust, and the trustees said that the land could not be sold to anybody. We're not allowed to be sold, so it just stayed as a farm, and the city just jumped over it and carried on. So, but about 20 years ago, they got it right down. It goes all the way down to there, and there you see the Macro. The Macro was the first development on their land, where they signed a 99-year lease on the land and built the building. And then that whole commercial node developed, and then Atterbury did a deal with the Meir Trust. It's called the Meir Family Trust, and they are the primary developer. And so they planned a beautiful city here. Beautiful. Have you been there? Beautiful. I mean, I just look at this. I'm just going to just show you what this looks like. I'm going to drag this just to quickly see what this looks like. Beautiful.
What type of work? What type
This is Waterfall City. Okay, they're building 200,000 square meters of offices here over the next 5 to 8 years. This is what they said they were going to do, and they're busy. Look at it. Okay, and there's the largest mall in Africa. This mall alone employs about 2 to 3,000 people. So where do they stay? And where are all these office employees going to stay? All this whole area here is zoned for offices, and they're going to build 200,000 square meters of offices in the next 5 years. There's that big iconic tower that you see from the highway. Okay, so what I want to do is I want to, as an investor, partake in this. So how do we partake in this? Let me go, and I've got some, just do this quickly. I want to put on some labels. I'm going to show you where the hospital is, the mall, Bel Air, Sunset Valley. Okay, so I'll put some labels in place. So you can see there's the Gautrain airport and the Gautrain there. There's the M1 motorway. This off-ramp is the Allendale off-ramp. It's very congested at the moment. This is known as Waterfall City. Now, when they developed this city, they started with a retirement home here. It's like they worked backwards. Retirement home, school, hospital. Full net care hospital there. Then they went and built, they designed these upmarket areas. So up here, if you go and buy a cluster unit here, it starts at about 4 million rand upwards. And you never own the land. Okay? But across the road from it, we can go and buy something for 650, 700,000. 400 meters away from the biggest mall in Africa and from this upmarket office node. So I don't know of any area in South Africa actually that's better poised to invest in this area here and Buccleuch. Because Buccleuch, they take the old Pretoria main road here and they take a bridge. See there? It's a bridge across. You don't have to go into the intersection. So you come in the back road into this whole office area. And they can also your tenants can get into Midrand if they work there, or they can come across to Woodmead, or all these offices here, and they're around the corner from Sandton City. Brilliant location. These two are what I call the cherries in Gauteng at the moment. Okay. So the properties that I've got available right now, the reason I'm doing this video is to show you is this is Bel Air, and then Sunset Valley. Let me take you and look at the access from Bel Air. The entrances there. They literally come down the road, left turn in, and right turn into the mall area. Or they can pop out that way, and they can come and access the mall through here into the offices if they want to avoid. So they've got brilliant access, and if there's two people living there and one of them needs to catch the Gautrain or the highway, the Gautrain buses will come across here and take them across to, there's the Gautrain station. So the buses will come across here and here to take people to Gautrain, but also there's the motorway and the taxis do come in here. Okay. So let me show you what these things look like. Now, do you see the land over here? Oh, this is a new photograph. Look at this. The last time I looked at this photograph, this wasn't updated. There's a new development coming here. There's a sign right over there. In fact, the sign might be or this photograph might be updated. There's a sign right there. It says 2-bedroom units starting at. Okay, this is the old photograph. It's still green. They don't drive around too often, but this is the satellite photographs are really showing the townhouse complex. There's a sign right there that says 2-bedroom units starting from 975,000. Okay, and we've got. That's why I say we've got some really good deals here. In Bel Air, look at this complex. It has 3 swimming pools, clubhouse, a half-sized golf course. Soccer pitch. That's a squash court. And I'll take you to the front gate. You can see what it looks like. That's the entrance. Very good security, nice. It's imposing entrance. And if I look across there, There's the Africa Mall. Look at there, the offices coming. And there's that site that I showed you now that's busy building. So those units there, they're busy building now. And since this photograph was taken, the road has been built in here, giving you direct access in there. And that development has started. And then also on this side, let me just go up the road. This piece of land next to Bel Air, there's a great big brick wall around it, and there's the bulldozers on here as well.
Okay.
So what's happening in this area right now is the tenants are we're battling a bit with not vacancies, but with tenancies here. The rentals aren't as high as they should be, because when the tenants come, they just see dust and construction, and they don't want to live there. But it's temporary; it's for this year only. And we exit the street view. So you can see the satellite here. There we go. You can see the bulldozers are busy. You can even see the roads up. So this is the later photograph. So they put a wall around it all, and they're busy getting ready. They haven't. I think what's happened here as a developer is he's adding some value to it. He's going to sell it on to another developer. That's what I think is happening here, because there are no signs up saying anything starting. They've just cleaned the area and they put a wall up. Very clever. But this one they're already starting. Okay. And so we've got a unit here. It's a 2-bedroom, 2-bathroom with a garage. And this is the one the guy's asking about 740,000. We think we'll get it for about 720. This is the one I emailed out. And then on this side is Sunset Valley. Now Sunset Valley was a lovely little complex. This one doesn't have the resort facilities as good. It's got a nice pool and a nice little area here. But I'll take you to the entrance. And these units are a bit bigger. Sunsets is a bit, the units themselves are a bit more old-fashioned. This is Sunset Valley. So here's the security, and each car's got his garage, and the ground floor units got little gardens. It's a nice complex. The tenants like this one very much. So I'm excited. I would like to buy both these units myself. Just because of the location. The rentals are a little bit low. In fact, on this one, on Sunset, the rental at the moment is 6,600, but the lease is expired, and the current landlord is renewing them for 6 months at about, I think he said 7,000 rand. Okay, or 6,000. No, he's just renewed it for 6 months at 6,600. So the rentals are too low.
Okay,
but not much too low. But you'd expect them to be higher from what everything else is going on. But this area is, as I can say, it's bulldozers and trucks around here, especially Bel Air. But you look at Bel Air, it's construction on 3 sides of it. That's a new office block going up. So you've got offices here, which is new tenants coming. Townhouses going up there. This will be townhouses as well. This is retail. They're busy building up shops, and I think this is a Mini. I know you go along, you see Minis. This is a car dealership. All those are Minis, if I recall. Okay, the photograph's old. But you can see how the satellite photograph is different to the street views. Now this road,
there's already something.
yeah, there's already something there. I'm just trying to get my bearings. And there's the mall. Okay, there's the mall. This is the new. So this street it's showing the street from this side, but we were just there just now, and it wasn't showing the street. So Google Earth is a little bit behind because the development's going ahead. Okay, so that gives you an idea of the location of these units. I think they're brilliant.
Yes.